Hot gamer takes. You gotta love them, right? Hot gamer takes are like people who claim to know how to cook. There's a few people that actually have like pretty good skill level, and there's some people whose cooking is pretty basic, but not enough to like put you in the hospital. And then there's the vast majority who cooks chicken like Paula Patton when it comes to having a hot gamer take. So I'm gonna be going on the internet and checking out some hot gamer takes on websites that have a pretty good reputation for having some pretty spicy hot gamer takes. Twitter. Hot take, but almost no games are overpriced. Video games are extremely underpriced for what you get. That sentiment is why free-to-play mobile games are taking over the market. This is not even a peppery hot take. This is not even a hot take on the level of licking salt. This hot take is about as hot as the freezer section in a butcher shop. Mobile games are hugely popular because of the fact that there are more people that own a phone than there are people who own consoles. And when you pair it with the fact that phones are much more convenient, aka you can travel anywhere you want to, and you will more than likely with your phone. That's why mobile games are made, because you can't access a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One S on the fly like that. Instead, what you can do while you're waiting at your dentist appointment, you play a nice game of Fruit Ninja. Oh, let's read this one. My hot take is that most hard games are just polished bad game design that you can't criticize because they have the video game equivalent of a cult personality around them, and nobody wants to be told to get good. Is this take shading Soulsborne games? Because if so, excellent. I would have been calling Soulsborne games having bad game design, because I don't know how a lot of people have seemed to forget this, but the Soulsborne games are JRPGs. You can level up your character. You can buff certain stats that you want that character to be proficient in. The better your character gets, the easier the boss is to deal with. Now, of course, a Souls game isn't just going to hand you a boss on a silver platter and give you the easy W. You will have to work for it. So that's my hot take. Soulsborne games aren't hard. They just require for you to put a lot more effort than usual. And like every JRPG, I'm pretty sure every boss has a weakness, and you just gotta exploit it. This is a hot take, but the best Batman, in my opinion, is the one represented in the Arkham games. Now, this take, I would actually say, and this is coming from someone who abhors Batman, because I don't believe in a hero that needs prep time in order to save the world. How is the world in immediate danger at the cusp of all human life being extinct, but you need 40 minutes real quick to think of a plan? But going back to this tweet, I will actually admit that the Arkham series was a series that made my heart somewhat more lenient towards Batman. Once you remove Arkham Batman out of the picture, it's still fuck Batman over here all day, every day. So is this a hot take? I would consider this like Taco Bell mild sauce. Hot take. Video games look best when they have between 32 and 64 bits. Game graphics went downhill after the PlayStation 1. All I have to say about this hot take is there's a reason why they wear glasses in the avatar picture, because they clearly couldn't see into the future, and it looks like they still can't see. Hot take, but if you emulate games, you should be given the death penalty. No one steals Mario and gets away with it. Okay, first of all, you didn't have to let everybody in the world know that you're a Nintendo shrill, okay? And also, isn't Nintendo technically emulating games with the Nintendo Switch Online section? Did we just kill Nintendo? Hot take. YouTube game reviewers tend to have really shitty opinions on video games. Now, this one is true. Why? Because I did a review on Final Fantasy X-2, and that's considered to be one of the shittiest games to have ever been made in the world of Final Fantasy. By the way, go check out that game review. That game review was quite fun to do. Shitty, but it was a lot of shitty fun. It says, hot take for gamers who follow me. Economic inequality is making games worse. And then it looks like this is it's a picture of an article. It looks like from Polygon, maybe. According to app tracking data, Blizzard's free-to-play action RPG earned nearly $2.5 million in a day. Damn, I wish I could earn $2,500 a day during my work schedule. I'm failing to see where's the economic inequality for people who are willingly giving money to Blizzard. Hot take. The PS2 era is when console gaming actually got good. Everything before then is really hit or miss, and even the good games usually have some glaring flaws that would be unthinkable today. And then, there's a follow-up. Like even Mario 64, for as iconic as it is, if it came out today, people would tear it a new one for how bad its camera system is. It's like you came to the conclusion that games back in the day that had limited technology are much more terrible than games of today that have much better technology. Why do I have a feeling this person is very young? I'm getting Gen Z vibes from this take because I love how they say even the good games back in the day had some glaring flaws that would be unthinkable to put in gaming this day and age. Meanwhile, there's games in this day and age that can't even fucking work without a day 150 gigabyte patch. Whoever this person is that wrote this hot take, they are probably like 10 years old. Hot take: Klonoa is not underrated. It's a series whose reputation precedes itself and has one of the most passionate fan bases I've ever seen. It's an overlooked game series. The difference is that not a lot of people have played the games. It's not that they aren't loved. I think this person doesn't know what underrated means. If the game isn't popular and if it's overlooked, then that means it makes it underrated. Again, another example of my favorite hot takes. The ones that contradict themselves. Ooh, look at this one. This isn't your usual hot take. This is a sick ass hot take. Yeah. Games that start out strong and get weaker later on are easier to get into and stay with than games that start out weak and get strong later. It's just annoying having to wait until the good part. What is the context of games starting out strong and getting weaker, or games starting out weak and getting stronger? Like, is the context the gameplay? Is the context the combat? Is the context the story? Like a culmination of all of those things and more? Because like for me, if a game starts out with a very strong story, but the story ends up getting weaker, I will more than likely drop that game. But if I'm playing a game where the combat starts off weak, but as I'm going through the game, I get stronger, I'm more than likely to keep playing that game. So are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, we need the actual context about what is strong and what is weak, because what one gamer prefers is entirely different from what another gamer prefers when they play video games. This isn't a sick ass hot take. This is a monkeypox take. All right, this one, I'm seeing some cusses being thrown down. This one is definitely sounding a little spicy. This one says, hot take, GTA 4 is fucking dog shit compared to the rest of the games, and I don't know why everyone puts it on this high ass pedestal. I will say this is certainly a hot take. I would actually consider this the spiciest take that I've seen while recording this video so far. The reason why I consider this a hot take is, yes, GTA 4 is very popular, but also there are things in GTA 4 that you can argue does make the game not well liked to some people. For me, I actually remember playing GTA 4 when it came out on the PS3 when I was younger. What I don't remember is the story of GTA 4. It took place in Liberty City, which is like GTA's version of New York. And it was pretty much just about, you know, being an immigrant and the struggles immigrants go through. I didn't really understand that, so I considered the story, at least, of GTA 4 to be boring. But one thing I will say about GTA 4, now that I am older, that I have come to actually appreciate, is the fact that GTA 4 was the very first Grand Theft Auto that sort of revolutionized 3D open worlds. You know, being able to take taxis, and on top of being able to go to comedy clubs and strip clubs and watching TV in the game, when it comes to expanding upon just world building and trying to get players to be completely absorbed into the world that's built for them to explore, I would say GTA 4 is probably one of the first to do it. All right, I think that's enough of reading hot takes. I am burnt out from the hot takes. But that's gonna wrap up this video. If you have a gaming hot take that you want to leave a comment down below. But until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy, peace. Thanks for watching.